Maybe why I check. Timino one neighbor hosting Tim Bisanas will be something. Like the Cosa Dimension. Why a media check? Let's start from there. Then they do in Central Jumamu, Yamia Jumana, then a cow.
Yeah, 1997. Now, me right University of Ghana first year.
Okay.
My roommate, Gilbert Atto Cranston, says you're London or you or a lawyer.
Okay.
Now, you what my secondary school those days, and me go through the traditional system, O level, A level, but no, or buy no yeah SHS.
Okay.
Into your graduate, number level 100 and son and member. And now you're roommates. And now catch me so more radio station or University of Ghana campus, then Voice of Legon.
Okay.
Nah, I'm so wow. No, some or no volunteer. And I'm so wow. So can I also volunteer myself? No, so yes. Into your name manager Nebekasa. Go by no someone here radio pastor.
Okay.
And I'm so why not? I've never done radio before. I had no clue. NTM manager no Sadiq. We can Mr. Sadiq. And me call you, memenda, and or Jamie application or say it's approved. Come tomorrow and start. I said, oh, just like that. I thought they would take me to the studio, show me the equipment, blah blah blah. I said, you come. To me call and I turn a microphone. And she also go ahead. Until 1997, actually, it's our time. The airways had not yet been liberalized.
Okay.
Okay, it was, I think, a year after Nigeria FM or so.
A joint name.
And, something I would say with all modesty, I'm one of the early radio pastors in this country. Even before Joy FM started your more morning devotion.
Okay.
But then the voice of Legon and Kwechi. Now within the borders of campus and Legon. A year after, any big equipment, now you're changing the radio universe. Perfect. Now, our reach was going further. Tonight program now me and your friend Miracle Hour Sundays 7 to 8. Then in the evening, no my be exposition, a Christian talk show.
Maybe say, were you a pastor then?
I was a man of God. I wasn't a credential pastor then because in Assemblies of God, and son of used to a pastor, no, just say work of Bible school, my more credentials.
Okay.
At the time, Namin called Bible school, engineer from Brother Wengam.
So I was but you were still
an evangelist. Oh yes, I was preaching all around the place. I mean, I was virtually in ministry.
Okay, so SS time now your ministry.
Okay, I didn't do SSS. So, I did the O level, A level.
More like secondary, let's say college level. Let's use the word college.
I was doing ministry right in secondary school.
Okay.
I was preaching in almost every class. Doing dumb broadcast preaching. There is no place in Committee 4, Committee 7, Committee 8. So come on, I mean, 1 year done broadcast preaching now. Those days, me to me Faka, Accra, Circle Accra, na me preaching buses. Accra, Kaneshi, Accra, we just do susu, minyasika, na me dia evangelism. Most schools those days, between the period, I would say 94 to 97, almost every school in Tema I've preached there. Secondary school, middle school, even crèche. Because, there was a strike being, there was a backlog or university entrance. In 1.5 years. And now I'm free, now I'm free. Now maybe I'm a national service. I was just all over the place preaching the word of God.
Oh. So only opportunity, the same knowledge you could tell, the same space, and now we had a car and now it's no more car.
Perfect.
You have a wider coverage without moving. Now about be preaching. Yeah. So did you see that as an opportunity?
Big opportunity. I always say that I want to quote the managing director of CTFM Summons or say, radio is one of the best platforms to make an impact. And anytime we sit behind the microphone, remember this and give it your biggest shot. I'm sure, you will agree, you've gone to places, people have testified that will program me a yes, and you are amazed.
People who are about to take pills to abort pregnancies will call you told me to stop and I did.
Perfect.
And now this is a child, look at him.
And I've traveled to the US, I've been to different countries, I go and meet my listeners there. Oh, Pastor Wengam, I listened to you on City FM. I had this issue on this day. I was going to commit suicide. You prayed for me. I wanted visa. You prayed, and I'm here now. And that is a joy because time and I'm program now, very, very, very difficult. 4 to 6 a.m. And I lived in Tema, so I had to leave the house by 3 a.m. Now I was sleeping virtually about 3 hours. But then such testimonies were the things that kept me going every day.
Did you find it difficult controlling the machine the first day? Tell me your first day on radio.
Well, there was a sound engineer. At the time, I only went and presented and preached. And it was at, I would say, City FM. And then you have to sit behind the console.
Okay.
And then, by then, I'm a master console.
Oh. And you did. I want to do machine and I say start no pija me na me to
hey
no my confused na beat the news jingle na ebo so you pass chat na me to no tie ko no I don't know how to start but it's a beautiful experience. I mean inshallah why you way at share that is a start. Your beginning there na do right to some at the very early stages of life umomi and we are family life from the beginning. How was it like?
Yeah, I come from a very humble family. Mefi northeastern region part of Ghana, to be precise. My papa chrome friend a Pakanatik, any Ghana maps, you know. Don't be surprised. Grow with brain name.
Northeastern, so to me far, Pandai, fruit top or right?
Yes, northeast, Nalerego,
okay,
Napanduri,
okay,
and you know, Mecca said yes. So my father, I don't know if he Pakanatik. The meaning is talk to a tree.
Okay.
And I'm a Bumpurugu. And you know, into the district name here, Nakpandori Bumpurugu district.
Okay.
My tribe, a minor tribe, Bimuba tribe, quite a minor tribe, a small tribe. Now, my wofo, I was born into a Christian family.
Tribe name, tribe name?
Bimuba.
Bimuba, I have been said that.
And I'm a kind of very, as a minor tribe. Bimuba Niaka.
Oh, okay.
No more. The name of the language name Moor.
Okay.
M-U-O-R. Moor.
Okay.
Perfect. And you know, I was born in Accra. My parents now were Accra, no more Tema to be precise. And Papa Ejuma Tema oil refinery for many years before he passed in 2007. And you know, Debbie Ameka say I am one of the achievements of Assemblies of God Ghana. We will turn 100 in 8 years' time.
Okay.
Now I was saying, say, because I am the first general superintendent, I won't know to sorry no more. We need a general superintendent. Assemblies of God Ghana 92 years.
Okay.
I turned 50 in September.
Okay.
And you were met to Assemblies of God no more. I was Christian. I was Tema Central Assembly of God. Now your first pastor now with him, your friend Reverend J.C. Tete. On or two meeting. Into me call children's Sunday school, me call be a ranger, maybe a ranger, be a youth member, be a campus ministry member, University of Ghana, be a campus ministry national president, youth director, work at the headquarters, and now general superintendent.
Okay.
And I always say, me one of the biggest achievements of the church.
Okay.
So institutional, you will me to me homegrown. Many the previous general superintendents, you know. They join the church along the line,
okay,
which is also good. But I one time I'm a bomb on the reduction might be so, and I thought it was something that the church should be proud of. Now my 04 gave birth to 4 children. I'm the firstborn. Unfortunately, I lost all my siblings, 3 of them.
So you're a account?
Yes, they all died between the ages of 1 and 3 months. Your last born, your friend is Samson. He died. He was the oldest at the time of death, in 1977. So happened to be the only child of my parents.
Wow.
My parents, very humble. My parents were not very rich, not very poor. They were in there. My mother is a disciplinarian. My father was hardworking. My father and Papa Nomne founding members of Committee 4 Central Assemblies of God Church, almost like, 1968. And accommodation problems there. Emma 2 feet ebetina Nungwa. Nanyama ding around 1981.
Area Ben.
Nungwa Channel 5.
Okay, C5.
C5.
Okay.
And that was 80. 81 maybe be 7-9 years.
Okay.
Now my father tells me say me ba ye ba nungwana na maintain crime. She pen na meka and a brofo. Or see within 1 week na meka gang. And he was shocked. Nsen kolade. Enti ho na me started nursery school what tema. Currently Chemu Secondary School na nursery school.
Okay.
Ye ba nungwana me started public school Saito. Nti Yanam Papa humble worker on the pay. Now that's what he could afford. Nti no after class 3 no move me call preparatory school, Teshi Estate preparatory school, Teshi Nungwa Estate.
Yeah.
Nti me start near
Around
90.
A life area, hono.
Perfect. Now me 90 about 40 minutes to go to school. You call you rather dom na me bomb home again. Nti no. In the house, not Christian foundation is very strong. And at the she is the preparatory school, hono. It teacher be a notch there. Now Reverend Raymond Anum or UKCCR or started the miniature version of SU. Near friend Good News Club. No Bobo Yano. Into hono na the current CEO of Zoom Lion, Dr. Joseph in Japan. And then we're classmates. We know what's not the same class.
Okay.
And now, boy, out of in Goodness Club, no, select ye money ever 7. I think those of us he thought were strong Christians. And now, bomb pie mine in your Holy Spirit baptism. So I remember around 1983, with the evidence of speaking in tongues or training yang. Now, my old school, no, if there's anything like born leader, you know, experts are divided. If we say leaders are born, if we say leaders are made. Well, I'm in the middle. But if there's anything like born leader, it looks like right from childhood, anywhere I found myself, among my peers, you know. The guy said, me sokra pono, ya pon, sorry, I never gather me age mates. Na me say me suffer ponsa. My childhood pastor was called Reverend Ponsa. I'll mimic him and I'll preach. I could virtually say most of the things he said. Yeah, and you know, Teshi Estate Preparatory School, I was class prefect. Then became school prefect. I became school prefect a year before the common entrance class. Normally, in the final year, now I'm school prefect. I became school prefect over my seniors.
Hey.
it was historic. And then I was Good News Club president. Me called Tema Secondary School. Tema Secondary School, no Form 2, and now elected me to become Scripture Union Executive member. And you did be a house coordinator. Me be a Bible study coordinator, me be a SU president and school prefect at the same time. At my secondary school. And to me feel no, me wait at my secondary school 1993. Okay. Me feel I'm called national service or WA in the Upper West region.
Wow. Why WA?
Because now me person me yen ministry. My name are down for the current head of legal, Waik, Rev Dr.
Okay.
Nane Papa was on transfer, head of Ghana Water Company, Ewa, until me continue Omufie. And I'm in Victor Brew. We use our national service to do ministry. Near your dumb brokers, preacher marketplaces. Me started SU Krawo, a Muslim dominated school where I was a librarian at the time. And to me, you know, and I'm back to Accra. And I'm beginning admission to University of Ghana, Legon. And I'm a Bachelor of Science in Administration. Now, again, first year, I was appointed University Christian Fellowship Vice President in CEDA. And then I was also appointed the National President of the Assemblies of God Campus Ministry. I'm about first year, less than 2 months.
You don't even understand the campus well.
Yes,
less than 2 months. For me, but
yeah,
duty calls.
Perfect. So I served in that capacity plus Radio Universe, doing radio. You know, and I took up a church. Now I wanted to work a little bit with my administration background, but the calling was strong.
Okay, and so radio administration
is for others to learn into nyabotre nasra dom na femuye.
Obana fan is saying,
oh, my wife is a wonderful woman. She took it quite well. There were times a few comments. You know, Nipa Kasa. Sometimes fellow pastors and even other Christians lose talk. And it's an amife muntina na me the puppet a cassette sadi and pa. And 2 days ago, Nami Ashanti region, Namene ya so for no kasa and I me preaching ko fa ho baby na me ka kire won say yen hwe no kasa yi mrepi no ya no kasa epia nkrofo nyame gidie mu ebia ye we de we ya be hey be won ta da be na nkola na ba efa ho mind your own business because sometimes those comments and put unnecessary stress on people I will force me cinema one on peba inti one obewo because on person obewo inti nyame na emaba ye na me ba no ma me mase wo na nsa na me nkra me ba nsa na mewu na nkola ye ton shop writers an kan den ka obi abekwa ko pe biato
no kura na na dey
oze
okura kola na bi kura na mewu no kura
na ayo no nyame de ma na wo no se wo no nyame ka wo de ma wontema akwa obi de ba homache obi de ba wia oh inti na ya na put yourself in somebody's shoes. I've been there before.
14 years.
And were the best moments of our marriage. My wife and I, I'm telling you, and we mean it. If we are to come into the world again, we'll choose that path. That was the time I bondi ye pa. Sometimes we wish those days. Now, the children are in, you are so busy, sometimes even to have time, that private time with your wife. And, for me, it wasn't a curse. It was a blessing in disguise.
From the beginning, it's normal for you to feel, say, it's a problem. But then, in the end, you see, say, wow.
Perfect. Now, looking back, we are grateful to God for allowing us to go through that. Me, no.
Me too. Now, baby.
Or
the banquadia. You bajo a banquadia.
No comment.
That's it.
You don't want. I want to worry.
No.
Bible one you worry for 3 or 4 reasons.
Talk to us.
You worry need kind for fellowship. I go tell you, boy Eve, Adam. No, say Adam feeling lonely. Number 2, you worry maybe I will fulfill God's purposes. Nyame plan. Number 3, you worry so that God may use your marriage to raise godly children. Enti awo nye force. Nyame on judges one war. Nobody is a failure for not having children. And let everybody understand it. Of course, in Bible podcast say, and you'll be upon no worry. Some are Enochs. Some God gave them the grace to be Enochs. And in as much as children I get from God, and you'll be a Nanyame Bema Quine, say Bia Obenyaba. And when Yaba, there are other ways of becoming a father and mother. Nyame create other ways. You can be a foster father, a foster mother. Yes, you cross yourself and marry. It's foster parents. It's a young what you say? Young Christopher Crapon, we are not the original children of God. The Jews are the Jews and yes, and then Nyame extend it to us and they are grafting. Pharaoh or adopting Moses, Neba princess, or got to Moses Akolao, Sionano or Fan. Adopted and Nyame using it to adopt Moses, to give Moses training, be our prepare no, Namo Sibi to Ababa yet Nyame Juma. Ain't no say Nyame amount biological. Other ways and means or what to me ain't it because how Nyamin in the mind of God Nyamin is being any dia one of the show fans no into be one Nyami be said that all more biological. Now I've known people because say me adopt a kola krapono akola me adopting a crash me se me ba me wo no nti bibi sa ba no a yen Nyame bi se Nyame ne botan ti a o ma ye fam Nyame be ma akwankyere na ye ne ready person we.
Wow. What shall say as a pastor, work system no ma be do general superintendent of Assembly of God. Nyejuma ketwa, juma edin. People don't know much about Wengam Kasa as a general superintendent of Assemblies of God. What film? The structure of the church as far as Assemblies of God are concerned.
Yeah, Assemblies of God, a worldwide movement. Started in 1914. Oshiwo ke CBC, we are saying your friend Azusa Street Revival, ACU America. Na yeno enam sa Oshiwo ke sienu and Assemblies of God ebaye. And currently we are the largest Pentecostal denomination in the whole world. You cross 70 million members. It's verifiable. African Kwan, you cross 19 million members. Ghana, as already started in 1931. Ewo Yendi. You cross this year, cross 600,000 members. You cross, yes, you run 350 schools in Ghana. You have 2 hospitals. Bakuo, Saboba, Bakuo, Napanduri. I share deprived areas. Power Ghana. Esan baby I sorry na start fi yenti ye no ye focus ye rural community pa wona nyame yusu yen na ohwe abakwasem a ye sorry na we are credited with many first things ye ne asori Pentecostal asori a ye di kan establish a Bible school a ye train asofo e wo Ghana ye ne started radio ministry e wo Ghana e wo GBC the late Rev James Kessler a Pentecostal and a charismatic asafo. Yes, soon as start here, you do social action programs. Nyama te say hospital, relief. Nyama, every kind of preaching. Near currently for aging care, but before then, you started early around 1940s more. In fact, you started. Our history tells us that you started hospital be what teaching man. Anyway, go around the 1940s. Until we are the first Pentecostal charismatic church to use social action activities to evangelize our communities. I think so. Your former Assistant General Superintendent, Reverend Jamfusu, and they moved to the idea of forming Ghana Pentecostal Charismatic Council. It's there in their history. You're the first Pentecostal church to establish an insurance company in Ghana. You're the first Pentecostal church and your members are rising to the highest offices of this land. Our member has become vice president before, president before, chief justice before, President Mahama is a member of our church.
Okay.
Former Chief Justice Georgina Tudora Wood, her leadership, retired.
Yes.
Or a member power. Former Finance Minister Kobina Dufo, a member. Former President of Ghana Journalists Association, Aframoni Edikin, we are sorry, and a current majority leader. Current Deputy Minister for Women and Children. The list is endless. We have a lot of members in Parliament, what have you. And Nyamia Ibibriama, Assemblies of God.
What's social life?
Social life. No, a little.
And then a little.
Because I'm a church boy, I'm consumed with God's work. And 99% of my time, into God's work. But my social life, and also when I want to make time, I make time. I don't joke with my annual vacation. Me leave. I mean, I saw bring co-leave. And yet, every year, I travel with my family. And for 5 weeks or 6 weeks, time with the family. That I would say that is the best of my social life. Apart from that, when I'm free.
So when you travel like that, what are some of the activities? Do you remember in terms of social bonding with them, no?
Interesting. My wife pay. Oh, you're quite outgoing. My wife, I don't know, pay window shopping. It stresses me. I don't know. And to me to Kwanko country, the only place I know is airport. And I said I'm going to preach on a conference. Now I fly back. I don't like sightseeing. So, but she's able to force me to get me out. I can just be in the room the whole day, preparing sermons, making notes, thinking about leadership, how to get things done.
Let's all more out and almost a kitchen room. Yes, Anka. About what Trump said, what here, I mean, yes, as I say, space, for space by the uncle and grandma. You will try hope. That say it is one of the things a could see so for pa. Young home, you near that Jim, my home. Yadiana say, Holigona, what they need, GBN him. They have to a mass of for when it comes to this particular part.
I mean, that's why I love your program. It's very educative. You ask very intelligent, very relevant questions. And in our Assemblies of God Ghana, yewomra also for bia so called leave. Now leave days, you check according to your rank. You were 3 rankings.
Okay.
No, 4 rankings. We just added 1. You were probationers. Bible schooler 1 year, but serve as a probationer.
Okay.
Now we are watch your exams. Now you promote to exhorter. After 2 years, we'll examine you. If you are doing well, then we'll promote you to licentiate. After 3 years, then you become ordained. Your highest ranking, you're ordained. Until 6 years after Bible school, then you are ordained. Not just you can now officiate weddings. You can now rise to occupy certain positions. Until you can say, oh, you're exhorter. You live here 21 days. Oh, you're ordained now. You have 35 days, working days. Compulsory so-called leave. Because it do be so fun woo in tem. Yari draw on your moko retirement or check. As of when they are married to the pulpit. And also more. To the extent said and say crap on yen every year annual appraisal, a friend a credential review. Every pastor you submit yourself. We even demand medical report. You see who the state of your health. Yes, because now as of when yari because now you pay attention to your health. Me say I never got COVID. I bought me pad. The guys COVID. The young no mean inshira more. Depending upon how you handle it. Me say now workout. Na mean to me yeah. Mr. Chani Mejai. Now through the COVID, I have been able to develop a consistent workout life
habit.
Twice a week. My wife, twice a week you're a trainer or Befie to come and take us through serious workout, and it's reflected in my health. Every year we'll go and do the health checkup, and we'll see say boah. And you know, so leave in the vacation the mesra so for no. Uwa aso na betu aso. Ye Ghana ha aso for uko. Soja come. And you know, nyamre na ko leave na jai ma so for nketo ano. Etobia mini maybe musuro bia o waka na nti ho sunsun na usuro. Enso no, uya danya dakro obemre obeko. Enti no memfa o vacation na nya time ma o yere woni ne ntu kwan nko hye baby. Me I travel because me tina Ghana me to me resting. So I prefer say me tu kwan and they tu kwan say we tu kwan.
Your friend enyawo.
I don't know. Because members so Ethiopia mo ka ho na into me resting. So for I could leave. Remember do need so for leave o. Anajo obi to me frame anajo me do me phone. Last say obi frame me around 3 a.m. I'll just getting ready to get at the so to instrument ma sorry bina or free now we say betimi abuano. Now me say, what is the time?
That was the first question.
Was it 3 a.m.? I'm so couldn't this wait? Oh members. And you know, so who suffer no one share one so. And now they'll get another pastor. Oti asikura boni to me fear sorry copy another pastor. And you know, wo suffer now wo kun hu na ompesa obehwe won so ye no anyi ache aye adwuma no. Wan hwe won so ye na se woto a. So you go to quote Yansabwakwa.
Soja come. You didn't come on. About upbringing of children. After 14 years, nyame de ma minu mamo. About it yet saying munya quiet time, quite a long time. Na more that space. About it here, they be a kind of so for my dear or my sword thing. You didn't come on. How do you find yourself?
Me growing up, at the time when I grew up, now there was a notion that so for banye. Those were the times, and now so for any time. Now, lack of knowledge. After, I would say from the late 80s, and I saw awareness in the Bible, until now, pastors became serious. Until most pastors, yes, she's a counselor, but a flexible, into a full-time mother. And then won't call on home. My wife's only house help, but I mean, she wants it that way. We find a way out. So that we can make time because I'm always out there.
When house help, yeah,
my wife is very hardworking. Oh, it's a choice we have made, and it's good for us.
Okay,
it's good. It's tough, but we find a way of getting around it. And you know, and Kulani raising is very, very important. You must be intentional. Computer, garbage in, garbage out. If you don't invest in the children. I don't come mommy.
You don't pray to train them. You don't pray to train them. It's an intention.
You work to train them.
You work it out.
But prayer is part of the work. But you don't you don't leave it to pray alone.
You pray and you go and sleep. No.
Perfect. For example, me say me kai ye wo me manomi nkola no. I read the Bible to them, even 3 months, 4 months, because a child is a full human being with a little body. Every child is a full human being. Oh yeah, nipa mu na ne body ni so, na dream is so. Enti no nipa ya spirit. Enti at that tender age, no, what kind Bible manual, ne spirit epic. Enti you better say, see be one onyin se no organ pa. Dachi obenyin in the band obi anche na keyboard. No bo. So transfer of knowledge. Enti e won say na oye ote computer, hwinim what you put in. Enti efie na ye wo law. Me ne me we don't play any gospel, any music except gospel. Television say you block here, only gospel channel. Inti na saying na womenyi na womo inti me kai say how say bia na me family member be ni fie na nkola no ko vacation mo. Na say na me catch me say me firstborn with 8 years. No catch and say, "Mommy, anytime we go, auntie has been singing some bad songs. It's not Bible song." Because we've trained them to know between good and evil. And you know, we are sanwa nyamishono ewura mumu, but we jawon and Sunday to inquire into me training. How many hours do they spend in church in Kwalano? 2 hours. And if you know, the me argument say, to me employ mass teacher some extra classes mamba. Obi wa sorry. Christo no donya me pa we school or near Juma. Why can't you ask him to come and teach your children the Bible? You see, we spend money getting things that will not last beyond this life. But nyama ye 10 nano, we take it for granted. In training, and I commend my mother, my mommy, growing up, at a tender age, my mommy will sit me down. Until semi vacation now, for example, say, as young as 6 years, you must be the first person to wake up. We are a star. You don't behave like you are part of the house. Until you wake up in the morning. Then I'll go and look for duster things. Into growing up, anywhere I go, people like me a lot because my mother trained me to be responsible. I started watching at age 6. Maybe my panties are 2. Now also even though me are not also be sang at age 11, na yetinungwa na ye company clinic ewatema. My mother made me alone, board vehicle and go to clinic. Papa, fool, how can you do that? Mama said, but when will he mature? Not that my mother didn't want to go with me. Because my mother says that, what if I die today? And you have to go and stay with my sister, who may not be patient. More treaty oneself, more little madams in the house. I can't say, Mommy, I want to eat elephant eyes. Now we took her. She could be elephant eyes. Elephant eyes will be anyway. Now, funny say, Dachi uni wa uwa. Ukunuko ware obafu for no time to go and buy elephant eyes. And my mother's principle was that train the child so that uni hopua. If the child have to stay with anybody, the child can survive.
Teach the child the way he should go. When you know when the party, whoa. So about man and kasa, this is how you've been able to culture them.
Yes.
To understand what's in your pen, intentional.
Very. Me money say, you won't see them is being run around. Me mame, you kwa sure me sano. Me na me pona me no me no sa na me tena mpanyimfa sore mu. O mame nko. Na wo kwa ni no ye. O kwa obru me brodo nsuo hye bag mu. Na sino be ma o so no de o to pin konwa so no kwa message. And when I said this pretty, yeah. What's the message? Just put no the chat, pam, and no cry.
What shall I say?
I'm sorry. I will see other children running around and be running my heart.
Yeah.
Who need me, mommy? Na who say come from na say sebe who Jimia. One look into my mother, she trained me with eye communication. She come from one. Bubu ni choma sign be. Na who nim. Na when tie no na edu fie
na be no de o ka no and o ka say de o ye
we train him yes, and the same with our children. Oh yes, so my kids, we go to church, they can sit because we tell them that look, you have to be disciplined. I teach them etiquettes. These are things we don't teach our children now. We teach them simple etiquettes. You can do this. You can't do this. You must greet. When we get visitors, I remember I'm in Papa. Isano. Visitor ya ba ya pe obi an kan che say sorry. Wo mo ba ya pe. Na ne ya pass mo hwe we. Oh, sir concert na osofo dazi. Na visitor ba no fu. Because my parents will tell you can't listen to adult conversation. Hwe na nkola ye raise won. Obekọ na nkola ti wona ye di mpanyin komo. Enti nkola na tinya ma se omote.
That means so magini sa.
Share. And we have to be very intentional to inculcate discipline, courtesy. Though you're very courtesy for boys and girls, I book no. Show say, I mean, if you sneeze in public, my mother will tell you what to do. Say, excuse me, cover your nose. How to eat and carry yourself in public. My mother taught me. And nyamia dom growing up, I was prim and proper. Anywhere I go, people like me because I was neat. Now my neatness, and she has inculcated that into me. And housewife. Oh yeah. Oh. She tried many trades and Juma.
The only Juma here, it's me fire housewife.
Yes, but I don't want to believe that nothing no to me raising me son.
Okay.
It's if it's in you, it's in you. Even if you are busy, you will still make time to pursue that goal.
Who are going to be said there be bar zero do the last office of Assemblies of God. Catch me the next level you're in.
I don't want to believe it's my last level until the Lord will call me home. Wow, if you see leadership and promotion as propositional, obepim.
Talk to me.
Many the first general superintendent, I didn't go through a certain rank. You were district pastor, regional superintendent. Then most of them went through the rank. One or two went through. Remember, then God picked me from local church. Straight. But you see, but still God still prepared me in a different way. I was youth director. And now, 2004, I was appointed the director of administration at the headquarters. I work with 3 general superintendents, closely with them, part of the training. David, Nyame didn't call Saul Palace. In the name of Okobo happened, na demon about Solomon Huatono. But the real reason God took him there was to go and learn statesmanship, governance. So God took me there. As director of administration and headquarters, I worked closely with them. Then I served this country as chairman of Ghana Pre Service Council, part of the training. Even so, God, but music I say. So some people had an issue when we were going for election. They thought that it should be one way. But Nyame, God is sovereign.
So, I'm to abanzana you penny and I saw them the about what there.
Oh no, we are democratic. Oh, but your friend said Judas Iscariot, committed suicide. We come from that angle. They cast ballot to choose. That is assumption of that choosing. We are you see, we are a congregational system of government. Yes, sorry, no pub lies with the grassroots. Into Dickens, ye elected one. Most key legislative position are by election. We allow the sovereignty and the will of the people to play in choosing leaders because we feel that and also so that anybody can rise to become a leader.
So why you put away the sovereignty of God when it comes to choosing leadership? I know Rome will do that. Let's see. Let's do this signs and see if the sign appear. It means that this is the right person to lead at this time. Why? No more ignore. No more yet.
That be no so obedient understand of the Bible and what you think is good for you. We've done this over 100 years and it's helped us all over the world. Assemblies of God churches. That's how we get our leaders. What you are saying. And we believe the members own the church. It has its advantages. Of course, every system has its own disadvantages. But before we go for election, you bomb pipe chain and we believe that through the procedure now.
To be a person could be at the form.
No, there's a criteria.
Talk to me.
No, there's a criteria. You can't just get up. Even though I said, you must be 10 years ordained.
Okay.
So technically, you should have been 15 years in
15,
ministry before you can
16 years.
become general superintendent.
Okay.
And then you might be a person of maturity and in good standing. And when you ask them, and if you say, what's that qualification? Now you present yourself. We'll vet you, we'll screen you, and then we'll present you to delegates and
delegates.
of the council.
Even for now, you choose so much delegates. Electoral college.
Every year, all ordained ministers are part of the highest council, general council.
Okay.
Then every church will send a delegate.
How many churches are more Ghana?
We have over 6,000 churches.
6,000. We have 6,000 people coming to vote one day.
Oh yes.
Oh, across the country.
Yeah.
And Sana, I saw phoning that's about to be.
Yeah.
And college no so pa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So why did you decide to offer yourself for this service? Why do you add this one?
It wasn't I. When destiny beckons you, when there's a call on your life. Mekai, I was then a teenager. After my election, I dream be a minyayase. So I said my photo was on the first page of our national calendar. But I'm in Tiasi at the time. And many people prophesied this. Before my father died, 2007, he said, Steve, you're going to become general superintendent of Assemblies of God Ghana. Take good care of yourself. My father told me several times. And no man can't be Mary, Bible saying, some about for no catch or keep it in her heart to see whether they will happen. And along the line, I may share my life. Nyame de make for be a lot of exposure and platforms, which I saw that was leading me to where I am today. And even before the election, there were people that now for Pamunia, Assemblies of God members, sometimes on Facebook, because say, Pastor Wengam, I'm not part of your church. I had a dream. The person doesn't know anything about our leadership. I had a dream I'd be elected general superintendent. Well, there are many outsiders, insiders. Until time no soon,
How did you know the
edge was
timing?
very strong. Yes, when the time is up, you will know.
Okay.
So I prayed, and there was every indication the time was up. So even though there were a lot of obstacles, I saw God clear all of them, which confirmed to me that the time was up. Because there was no way I would have been here if God wasn't with me. Those who know the story will tell you that.
So
there was no way I'll become general superintendent.
What do you mean by there's no way? Tell us the story.
Oh, no. The devil always fight all through the Bible. When Christ was born, he masterminded the massacre of male-born children. And especially the devil will fight it. So there were many obstacles.
Some of them being what?
Oh, some of them personal, some of them institutional and all that. I mean,
within that same structure, no, there were issues here and there.
Oh no, sir, where you have you are going to have a contest and of that magnitude.
Now, to say the Ghana, you talk about we can't wait dinner, we can't wait dinner. Oh, it's not like that.
Oh no, okay. I mean, we have different opinions over how things should be done
in the church.
So, and that's the beauty of Assemblies of God Ghana. That is the beauty of our church. We disagree to agree. We disagree. And people are free to express themselves. Nobody bottles. You can't say meeting now. Oh, it's open. Anybody can raise your hand. Mr. Chairman, if you recognize, of course, you have to say it respectfully. You express your view. Any law you want us to pass, you find a resolution. You write it, send it to the resolution committee. They will screen it. If it's consistent with the constitution, you bring it. We'll debate like the floor of parliament. Mm-hmm. Pros will call those who are for, those who are against. We'll debate and vote and pass the law.
My picky Mrebia am pain because you see, even though you pray, you pick and choose what Nipana Ekano do do Ekano. So that's why you do king in an say good. So
Menkasi pick a bad law but sometimes laws be one it has outlived its usefulness.
Okay.
So the outmoded. So the ability of leaders to design that and make sure that you review it. And it will be when reviewing in tema a hinder growth and a creative problem. Acts chapter 6. Elected deacons in the saying. They forgot to appoint leaders. So they were murmuring, bickering. And Peter Carr said, we cannot leave this prayer and the word to come and serve tables. That was what led to the appointment of deacons. And, not bad laws per se, but sometimes law be or not, it has outlived its usefulness. And can say, you review Reverend Mrs. Susie Lamte.
Okay.
Over 50 years of marital counseling. Or Chemetinasi, it to me for. And no crana me from my dream, man. And I'm going to let the cat out of the bag.
In income.
Those days, wedding ring 18 karat, now 170 Ghana cedis. That was the year 2000. And that's like almost 5,000 cedis today. Yes. I said, Steve, why do you want to go and throw money away? Do something temporal on your first wedding anniversary. You can save money to do that. So we use copper ring.
Huh?
Copper ring. Very beautiful. In fact, the Virginia minister said, oh, Pastor Wengam, your ring is very nice. I was shocked. And we prayed over it. My name is wife said, Lord, let your glory come on this ring. Right. That when people see it, this is the first time I'm talking about this.
Wedding ring, you know.
Copper ring. Na sika
no need. And our counselor because say, hey,
my wife, those days now wedding Sunday near Cheche. 24 hours to the wedding time. Now me time, me flying time, me toy. Not check. Yeah, wedding no. And son and being escaping now. My wife best friend go Kronko to chef for Sunday. Where's copper ring? It was our first wedding anniversary.
Copper ring.
First wedding anniversary, 2001. And then we had saved money and we bought our 18 karat gold. And I'm a we changed our wedding ring, I think, at our 20th wedding anniversary. And we used that for 20 years.
Did the next one on side shining in a copper?
Look, some time ago, you rented gowns. Look, why do you go and waste money just for a day?
There are many rented gowns.
Oh, yes. I mean, yes, of course, I didn't rent at the time, but at the time.
Now, for rented gown.
Mama Susie and Co were facilitating that. Yes. Instead of going to spend 3,000 cedis now to buy now for a better, those that you can wear it only once. The type of gowns are not a yes, no. But now, no, they're able to devise to use some parts.
Yeah, normal.
So you go and write it, and it makes sense. Why do you go things that you can get alternative? If you're Ghana for COVID and insurance, the brain. Let me give you an example.
Talk to me.
Look at the state of Ghana's economy. I am shocked that we are still organizing funerals like the way we were organizing funerals before COVID. Our brand, I thought said by now, we are still doing wakekeeping. But 20, 30 years ago, Asamba back, we would do 1 week sell food. Saturday, sell food. Sunday, sit again after service, sell food. And we even do Benyo party. Then weddings. Still, times are tough. I was expecting families to start cutting down bride price. Let's help the next generation. I was expecting by now people become wise. Now wedding crowd, many reception. Any my church we do it now. I've said all of them have adopted that. Yeah, hey, just drink no biako. But still, people are behaving as if we are in normal times. Look at the lockdown. All of us, look, one of the badly hit institutions was the church. People don't know. Many pastors died of hunger. Now, after that, my church board, we sat down and we came up with a policy. Because, 7th or 6th March, President came and announced no,
proud notice.
Yeah. In many cases, the offering they collected that day, that was all they had. So when we're not meeting, pastors were dying of hunger. We decided that henceforth, every Sunday, we should have 3 months. If another lockdown should happen today, we should be able to survive for 3 months. That's how you learn. But I bet you, how many have thought about this? Normal life, until one day, God forbid, we find ourselves in a similar situation. When you go through things, you must sit down and learn. But unfortunately, we are not a learning generation. And I'm worried.
Happy FM had the opportunity at all for everybody wouldn't worry if you say the money you need to do your wedding with or plan 50,000. No, please keep the money. Now, you take you through the process. Niambua na etimi a warrior blood pressure him. Your wedding gown, ukun suit, wedding preparation. This year we are doing a Bayview Village. A beautiful scene, a wedding for you.
I was shocked.
Sleep and everything is done. Your honeymoon in addition. You're not paying.
Okay.
Irata Hotel, one night to crowd dance saying, we do all these for you. And a man for him say, too cheap. You pay only 500 Ghana cedis.
Share Saturday na Happy FM, my year, and Happy TV, my no. Yamin Shira mo pa, Yamin Shira mo bre. Now, what I would say, let's say, life is not about just, radio is not just about entertaining people. What you are doing, you are empowering the next generation. You are helping people to build a solid future. And I will commend people, I will advise people to take advantage. We must encourage Happy FM for this unprecedented, unequaled, mind-blowing initiative. And I will urge people to take advantage of this. After all, somebody will say that, now, into wedding certificate, it was Happy FM wedding because you didn't have money. That is why you went to Now, I sit here, who knows my story when I married 23 years ago? Who cares? Your wedding, no, Opegano, Bianchibida, Nawako Sevi, I bet you, all of us, when we attend weddings, after 1 month, we all forget about the details.
You don't even remember.
Oh my goodness, who cares about it? So why do you want to impress people? So save money rather and think about land, buying a land. Save money, think about, my wife and I told ourselves by the time we have our 5th anniversary, we must have our own house. Yes, before the wedding, we were planning. And it's a very laudable initiative.
Wow. Most churches are even the reason why people don't even move from the churches to come and even join such an initiative. I want to say, Pastor, no more. I also encourage you members, no more sign, just over and so them say, and also church need to be supported. Then it become difficult for us to do it. Now, that's to say, my thumbs up for this. I Vision better than Assemblies of God in him.
When I took over, I met me Assemblies of God near what we call the Executive Presbytery. We have the Executive Presbytery officers, General Superintendent, Assistant, General Secretary, General Treasurer. I met them here, fasting and praying for a week. And a vision and I share with them. Then they made input into it. And they called the Executive Presbytery, year 28, all regional superintendents, and they also adopted it. So it has become a national document now. You are to doing the transformation agenda. Now, Nefapim, Micah 4:1 and 2, or say, in the last days, the mountain of the Lord's temple will be established as the highest of the mountains. It will be exalted above the hills, and people will stream to it. Verse 2. Many nations will come and say, come, let us go to the mountain of the Lord. This scripture, Nepachre say, in the last days, and we are in the last days, the church must be the most prominent institution, the most influential, highest of the mountains, impactful, resourceful, visionary, exalted above the hills, meaning that the church must up our game. We must move from the place of mediocrity into a place of doing things professionally. We must move into strategic planning and thinking and run the church so that the church can last the next 100 years. And you are summarizing in 6 words, the 6 R's. The first R is rich, REACH, rebuild, restore, reform, reposition, and rebrand. Under reach, we want to fully disciple every community and village in Ghana and beyond with excellence and greater passion. You see, there must be a new Ghana, sorry, That is our major task. Then we're also going to make sure that young sorry no one cross sorry dying decent auditorium. And we are launching the Legacy Temple project, where members are encouraged to sponsor the construction of a temple. We'll name it after you. I turned 50. My wife and I did the same. We built a temple in Gorso for one of our churches. Simple, beautiful temple. And it has its own significance. And the rebuild, because yes, sorry, no rural areas, our pastors, bread. And you're going to establish the Rural Pastors and Missions Fund. That will take care of the pastors we can pay them well, and then also we also take care of the vulnerables in the church, and then human capital development. During my tenure, there'll be a lot of capacity building. We're going to retrain our pastors because we are now in the 21st century. We must equip our pastors to think 21st century. To empower them to think, to do strategic thinking, and to lead the church. Then we're going to do infrastructure, invest in infrastructure. We're going to build the Assemblies of God Centenary Village. We'll turn 100 very soon. We want to build a hostel facility that can accommodate about 6,000 people for our conventions and others. And then we look at all our regional projects also, infrastructure for our Bible school, our university, and our hospital. Then restore. We want to reseek the early church revival. Revival day. Be train radie ni rade ato ni jano bium ato yenso. And we are launching the church into serious prayer. 3 weeks ago, we declared National Week of Fasting and Praying all over the country. The Friday, we are all night. And the Thursday, 24-hour prayer chain in all our churches. On our television network, AGTV, 24 hours prayer. A lot of it is going to happen because it's only prayer that brings revival. And reform, administrative reforms and restructuring. Sine can see a share your structure a few things. I wait to my bois in sorry no cross, and you bet me be more churches, you bet me more effective, impactful, and relevant. Now reposition. We want Joshua 3:7 or say me pijao in the eyes of all the people. We want to show leadership. You see, sorry, others will look up to us. Want to think outside the box, want to be innovative and creative and build a model church that others can come and learn and also follow. That's why the Bible says you must be the light of the world. Then finally, under rebrand. Also, because you're a typical Pentecostal church, we want to make our church more attractive, especially if you're targeting the middle class and the young people. The youth of today, we can't do things the way we were doing in 1940. Meanwhile, Bible said, the Lord said, I'm doing a new thing. That and we didn't have the New Testament. So we are not going to have our doctrine, the empire and Sanka, and the sacrosanct. But the way we do things, we're going to look at other innovative ways of packaging our church to become relevant and attractive. Until largely,
we're a marketer. We use all the marketing P's. 7 P's are now 4 now we use.
So that's the essence of education.
Oh, you see all the P's from product price promotion, BBR won't be.
Now, when under reforms, they want to institutionalize professionalism and the culture of excellence. We're going to launch various policy booklets. Want to document a lot of things that are scattered, making the church administration a bit difficult. We want to digitize all our operations. And also here, and you pursue reward excellence. You don't get excellence until you reward excellence. And yes, we are going to target a lot of things, and we're going to reward people who excel extremely. That's how you get excellence.
Is it within the church or
within the church?
Okay.
And within the church,
are people outside doing something unique? You want to also
why not do it? Want to honor our heroes, our founding fathers, people who have laid down their life. So we want to go back and remember them. That's how you inspire the next generation. The area of prayer, it has started already. I mean, there was week of fasting and prayer. I, as general superintendent, I was on my knees, legs for 3 hours leading prayer. People were surprised. I said, why not? General Superintendent cannot lead prayer. I'm first a pastor. And you know, we also want to be relevant in national development. We are going to invest a lot in the AGK, our Relief and Development Agency. You know, we want to expand our hospital in the north. We want to look at other areas of social intervention. And even the vulnerable in the church, we also have to pay attention to them. Now you could be a friend at some sort of professional network. Ego, yes, some Kenya and Nebium. We're going to use the late, you know, one with a nyansan experience, you know. Yeah, the more on board again, so that you be to me. You know, in a nutshell, no. These are some of the areas I ever say.
But also, now me responding to Wengam na yedeko. Me person obey with this point. Nipa bebre na almost suffer this. Let me use this one story now. A good perspective of it now. A boy. You catch and say unim na ufa bema you be too asing and you tunko for say so them the way it's treat you omono o tuni now for nyina say no be 19 years and then prosem ofa nyinsen ofa na boy na catch and say oni nya na wa so de kan say unim na omuhu awo won say omugu nkwala no mase ye be jow sabi kwi to twene and na okwi nyinsen no wande ono apedro man no after 17-18 years, untimi fire funu bi obesine because your case winim na yigu say. Mugu to say.
Yes, in Assemblies of God, you know, you gidi say you must make sin unattractive. And say yema bone ye we can say ochimu.
You can say ma bone e ya de e fese bi dey.
Enti there's a precedent. Paul can say so be ye bone a yen ka nanim e obedwem to discourage others. But then, you esa uyusu nyansa, human face. We don't punish, we punish with love. To be frank with you, I felt that system, no, we have abused it. I discipline people, but we do it in a very innovative way. Emma, we have kept people who have committed certain sins in the church. They went to the discipline, they've stayed. Somebody then say, Pastor,
Uncle, discipline, but still.
I discipline people. First, no, you discipline. I say, last bench. And the members crap a last seat crap. And we have to beg, hey, come forward, though. Hey. And you know, that kind of discipline, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't work anymore.
So, I'm going to challenge our pastor. We should rather think of better ways. And you don't punish to disgrace and embarrass. Some will call you forward and go to the details. So a research was done. 80% of people like that leave, they backslide, they leave the church. They feel so disgraced. So in as much as I'm for discipline, I'm going to call for, I don't have the answers, but I'm going to call for a roundtable discussion debate. Let's think outside the box. Let's find better ways, more humane ways of disciplining members and pastors, more than the way we do it to disgrace them and to get them out of the church.
Wow. I think this will be helpful because my ministry also soon. Also because I say Nkambao University. When first we are no 3 days time no bad, sorry.
Look, I tell my members something.
People are not be transferred there.
When him said in 2 years and I see the fake holiness. Sometimes I say a man should try this and when they shot no big tape, no door no.
No susu atad say one night here.
I saw the best authority about. Na Monday to Friday, Ushian Okruma.
Susu.
That susu. And my argument in say, you see, open up to them. Look, I'm very tough. Last December, I preached on sexual purity. Now it's really my papa. Look, if I say the truth as it is, but then you must also understand, say, I saw a hospital. I heard for about. Don't expect holy people to be in church. So be patient. Obi wana on the area no man draw 1 week aneko. Obi dear. Obi no me draw. Obi so draw no nom. Enti no yare na eche.
The man not touching.
You saw no.
On me no back.
Chloroquine. Those days no.
No.
It's not answer.
We say.
Na what should I win him say, Mama, ebo, and so na
what actually.
And desire and quantum. And you know, I am of the view that sometimes when you overreach it, they will hide sin from you. I tell my members, if you commit the sin and come and tell me, I'll handle you differently. But if I come and catch you, then I'll be super. Members walk to me and tell me things they will never have told anybody. I say it
and
again.
also maturely you will handle it.
Perfect. Even because it's young, if the size of your head is determined by the information in your head, and can be you see, people must trust you.
I get it.
Preaching. And you know, people walk to me. I say, if you have a problem, and you walk to me first and confess to me, I handle you differently. But one beka
Na me ho.
na me hu na de na tin okuru na obi ate say what could you be? And they say my boss
Uncle Pastor check me do court.
God. And no, I have to discipline for everybody to see. It doesn't mean that if you come to me, I'm going to cover you. There's a way I make say, let's think outside the box. And then you may be first no, me chano mba kings amaji umetia. Now my children, I hardly use cane. I use both. My daughter or I did your pepper. Ifra, yes, daddy. Ifra, no, I said this. How many Nigeria? How many times did I call you? Daddy, 3 times. Ifra, you are not going to watch your favorite movie. Or you will sleep early than the time. A shin crash about the bono. As a church, you cannot use just the one-way method in disciplining people. Even Naya and Maya won. We have changed the strategy in correcting them. And I'm calling for more humane and more responsive, better ways of correcting people now than the old system where you rather make them fake holiness. On your man, what you for no about now? Where the no you for?
Flats.
Nipa na inti mema sorry say odi ye fun ba. Oh, where the no be and so on kata wenim, on fa gan kata wenim. Because the essence of the gun covering your face because you don't know each other. I will do private simple for you. Yes, we'll say bless because you see, one bless na we asa zakola ni ntu ni din. Boni be na kola na ye. Enti me no, I may not name the child in church. I'll come home. Because if so if I dedicate a child in church, I'm encouraging the act. But then we'll still christen the child for you. We'll come home and do it simple for you.
I bet that's it.